hover. Strange because it never gets picked, but you think about the attack speed buff and also the amount of poke that you add into the comp. I mean, and it's Carrier. Along with what they have, I'm like, hey, you know, hell yeah, let's do it. Hey. But maybe not going to have that much fun this time. So the Tahm Kench is going to be locked in. I was thinking maybe a side of KWANGDONG FREECS is what I will say. As we are jumping into game number 1. Here with KWANGDONG on blue, we got T1 on red.
Looking at the runes, Keen gone for Comet. Pretty common in the ranged lanes, of course, trying to get a little bit more leeway out of your poke. In the early game, usually still see them go for the tank build. Do think that within this composition you actually have the flexibility. Rise, of course, not providing the most damage later in the game, but expecting Keen to just go for the tank style. And outside of that, the 2v2 in mid-jungle going to be really important here. Fate, especially post-first back, I expect to have a considerable advantage in terms of actually shoving in the waves. And silent matchup is going to be really important there to see to what extent Fate is actually able to leverage that prior and that pressure. And they will have to do a good job of tracking Owner, because while I think a straight-up 2v2, especially early on, is going to be very manageable for Fate and Ellen. If one of the two gets picked up by a charm, you get 100 to 0, and then there's not a lot of counterplay to that one.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I feel like the RE works really well. What they do already have here. Ellen going to start up at the blue buff, so actually looking to path down to the bottom side of the map. We'll see how that works out for him. You know, with the Tahm Kench changes and the Devour on his ultimate now, sometimes you take, which is not necessarily something we're going to be seeing some huge plays on, as Carrier will have to flash down here in the bottom side. Nice little safe flash as he gets a bit out of position.
Yeah, as Guma gets in a small cheater and is able to pick up a call on him.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they've been able to deny the vision. 3v3 imminent here.
Yeah, no level 6 for Carrier or anything like that, but it is a 3v3 as you mentioned. Slow goes down onto LM, and T1 just saying, no, we're not going to fight it. In goes the Xin Zhao, and LM is going to get super low. Owner going in for the execute, but ends up giving up his life as in goes Gumayusi, going to pick up a second kill as well for the side of T1, so he gets one under his belt as well.
And Faker's hiding.
Oh, man. If that charm hit, oh, it might not matter, though. The knockup comes in from the side of Carrier, but not quite enough damage as Fate will flash away.
Violent 3v3 are in the bot side of the map, but in the end, it is definitely T1 that gets the better end of it, right? Gumayusi able to pick up that kill. Teddy will be able to pick up the wave, and key thing here for KWANGDONG is that they do hold that to a lot more. KWANGDONG, I think you're going to be happy that you only traded 1 for 2, and Biden hasn't seized yet, Valdez.
Yeah, Keen, he's looking for that engage. He's going to find Owner. Owner with no flash, but the Devour is there. The charm up to LM, and the damage comes through. Over a huge Moonlight Vigil onto the backside. Carrier is behind enemy lines. He's going to have to flash the opposite way. And KWANGDONG FREECS will pick this up as Owner goes in and smites it away. What will he have to pay for it, though, as Carrier's just going to slurp that up. Says, see you later, but 2 of them from the side of T1 will go down. Faker also on the run here, but he should be fine with the Foxfire speed up. Even gets a little charm there onto Teddy, but man, what a crazy trade there in the river for them.
It's also a nice and aggressive game, you know. Not quite at the 1 kill a minute, but relatively close. And this is an LCK standard that we're holding the game to, so I'm very happy. With double kill being picked up, T1 is clearly not being worried whatsoever, acknowledging that if they are not able to win the early game here, which, as I say, that they still made on the gold lead, so I don't even know if you can even say that, even with the gold distributed the way it is. Once those 2 calls are cashed, once the mythic spikes are hit for T1, they should still be able to very comfortably fight. I do think, though, that there is nothing wrong with them taking it slow, right? This is a first rake at 11.5 minutes. And by the time KWANGDONG gets even closer Soul Point, you're going to have a number of items that are really going to change the pace of this game. Zeus hitting his Manamune spike, him and Gumayusi both cashing in on that call. So giving up this, no big whatsoever.
Allowed you to accelerate this game as over the wall, in comes Faker, gonna land that charm, and this time he doesn't let Fate get out alive. And you take a look at that flash from Fate, not sure it would have mattered, but 5 seconds away, so immaculately timed as well, and they're just gonna take down some more plates.
It's exactly what we mentioned. This is why Lee and Ari is such a deadly combination. I say Lee and Ari, it's really any jungler and Ari in terms of popular jungler. When will teams go back to things they know work? And as I've said that's the curse.
Take a look at this. It actually comes through. Keen able to set up a kill onto the top side. Fate making that realm warp work for him. And that is exactly what you want to see out of the Grottos.
That one's on me. I'm very sorry.
He took it. And speaking of taking things, we are going in for this one. Keria jumping into the pit as Elam super low now before he can even use the Crescent Guard, as Owner and Keria gonna have to get out over the wall here, but not too much damage yet onto Shirley. So Faker kind of roaming around. T1 might just give this one away, as they do have inner track onto this mid turret, which they might just get for free.
Or key thing here, of course, is that Fate is coming in, doesn't have the realm available, standing off that to the side, but it's a second Herald, right? You don't need to get this one.
Faker already has Everfrost. You're never getting onto this Ahri here, but Keen tries to go over the wall, and he's gonna maybe pay for it with his life, just barely gets away as the Shock Blast hits Fate in the back. And now, with a lot of low health bars here, we'll have to wait and see where this Rift Herald lies.
Void has Flash, but Devour at the ready, wanting to go for any play. First call done, and honestly seeing this, I'm just going, like, we knew the Ahri was coming, basically from the get-go.
Yeah.
Why did we give it over? Why did we not ban it again?
They banned LeBlanc.
Well, that makes sense.
And then Renata.
Yeah.
I mean...
I don't think they're bad bans, it's just that...
Yeah, there was a better ban.
Yeah, that's the main thing, right? And this is something that KWANGDONG can actually work around. Key thing here is as long as Teddy stays alive, as long as he doesn't get hit by charms, still a lot of pressure, as Keen says hello, is a free cask of wine, and then, you know, takes off.
Have a party. Guma just kind of laughing at him.
Map. But at the same time, you can't just give up your mid lane turret. So it has to be a very slow and patient, methodical play. The timing is right. Takes a while for the wave to come in.
Guma's in the front, and he's really just trying to bait them so hard.
Oh my god, they don't need a wave.
Yeah, they're just going to go in on this one. Not sure if they have the damage for this. Keria nearly dies. Cast does huge damage, and the Realm Warp is coming in! T1, did you make a mistake? Faker just going to land that charm. In goes Owner and just assassinates the Jinzhou. Gives his life over for it, but now Teddy is in behind the Faker. Not going to be able to land that charm. Teddy with a really nice flash, able to get away from this one, and Guma is going to be the sacrifice. Another kill given over to Fate, as Faker should be able to take down Hoyt here alongside of Zeus, but Zeus is going to go down as well. Faker with his flash here. How can he get out of this one? Not looking too good for him. See how it goes though. Teddy with the Cloud Soul is going to be able to snipe him down and pick up yet another kill. 6-0 and 2 now for Teddy. Or right behind them, T1 were immediately like, oh crap. We got to get out of here. It was a little bit too little too late as the cast comes in, and Zeus will still take down this turret though.
You know the most ludicrous thing is that T1 is still ahead in gold?
Yeah.
But
that's just, you know.
That really encapsulates what we've been seeing. They're going to make another mistake, try and go that far forward again.
Oh boy. Keen, you got baited by the catfish. Sometimes you go fishing and you get pulled into the ocean. And that's kind of what happened there. And yeah, not the best look. Again, he is a AP Grottos at this point in time. He doesn't really have any resistances. And so if he gets caught, he's going to die. That is exactly what did happen there. So yeah, I mean, just to follow up on your point, like T1 trying to take leads away from them is like trying to pull teeth. It's so difficult. This is not something that you can easily do. You can get your AD carry 6 kills, but T1 will find a way to get some kind of macro advantage, some kind of win elsewhere on the map. As Keria, he realizes he's backing on a ward. and he will be safe.
Teddy has a huge task, a huge struggle ahead of him.
Oh boy. Owner is very much behind enemy lines. Really nice solar flare, but it ends up with Keen having to flash away. Zeus as well, as the cast was beginning to rain down. And Teddy was following up there. But now T1 really trying to press the issue a little bit here. They're only about 800, 900 gold ahead. It isn't a massive lead, but they're trying to control vision and look for picks just like this. As Faker goes over the wall, gonna miss the charm this time around. And the Everfrost. So we'll have to use that last Spirit Rush to get away. Fate hopping in with the flash, not quite able to get on top of Faker.
Faker having flash as well, but now cooldown's being used, and KWANGDONG actually has Pry on the river. Might be able to pick themselves up Soul Point, but even though Atlas loves it, I don't know if Cloud Soul Point it's worth giving up the Baron. T1 do know that the Realm Orb is still there though, and KWANGDONG might just be able to get away with this one.
They kind of forcefully made their way into that one.
Very
Faker
nice.
wasn't able to get a pick. They weren't able to chunk anyone except Hoyt down to half. And then Fate with a very aggressive play to push Faker out and get his flash away. Here comes Owner.
Saves behind enemy lines as well.
Going for a little bit of a wraparound here, but it's not going to be easy, especially when you don't have vision supremacy at this point. So they are giving away Drakes, but not quite too much more as they do not have vision here. Gumayusi not in the best spot. He's going to flash over to the top kick, but that was a very strange little interaction there. Keria went back to where Guma was and then had to get the long-range Devour, but that's a lot of summoners used now for just a great engage from KWANGDONG.
And Guma and Keria are like, hey, we're going to meet at your house, right? No, I'm at your house. Are you at my house? What do we do? And somehow, Gumayusi still able to make it out alive. Keria able to get the Devour, but that is a lot of crucial summoners now gone. No flash on Keria, no flash on Guma, and that might come in huge if KWANGDONG want to make, again, an aggressive play on either the Baron or the Soul. They can try and play for either of these. T1 gonna have to respect. And I am loving what we're seeing here from KWANGDONG. They are matching T1, and though again,
getting a lot of value just threatening a Realm Warp at any time.
The KWANGDONG are playing this so well. They can possibly go again for sending off someone. Not going to take the risk. T1 calling their bluff.
They're going to go in for this one. As don't think they're going to be flipping anything here.
They know.
Yeah, they do spot the Gragas, which is going to be incredibly important. Keen not getting in on that one. They're going to clear out some of the vision as well, but KWANGDONG, they have the inner line to the mid lane turret. Teddy will be picking this one up for free. And T1 really struggling to even begin onto this Baron.
I don't think they can. Don't have the prio, and this might be another situation where KWANGDONG is able to get the better end, gets the mid lane turret, and they should be able to pick themselves up the Soul Point here as well.
Stands on these Cloud Drakes. They have not made a huge attempt to stop this. And so KWANGDONG will be able to take 4 Drakes and the Soul.
Back again.
Cloud Soul.
T1. They keep trying, being drawn to this Baron. Maybe third, fourth time's the charm. Realm Warp is still available though, and
there's denied vision right now on the Baron, and KWANGDONG, they know that the timing of this, but look at the damage right now. Gonna deny the blast cone. In goes Keria, and the vision is too late. The Realm Warp not able to get them in there, and T1 with the heist. They take this down. KWANGDONG not grouped up right now. Keen and Hoyt though trying to corral them in. As the charm will go wide, so will the Everfrost. That's all onto the Leona. As Teddy is in behind them. And T1, they're just on the run. They're like, okay, we'll just go over to our minions, bust them up. What are you gonna do now? And KWANGDONG, they're behind them in the lane. They want to go in on this one, but Zeus has a really nice position, and into the back line they go. Huge knock-up. Keria gets the engage onto the Aphelios. And see you later, 6-2, or 6-0, I should say. As Keria is an engaged support on the Tom Kent, and he is looking for more. He's not gonna get it, I don't believe here, as Fate is fast enough, but T1 are taking everything now.
Keep getting away with this! Every time I think that they're caught, they're not!
This is unbelievable.
I don't even know, man.
Really
No,
makes you wonder.
They have Baron, and they're pushing.
I mean, they have so much damage. They could potentially continue to push, but they're not going to take the chance here. That was a really wonky situation, right? That is non-standard. We don't do, you know, the team that loses the fight. We don't like to get them on the camera when they lose it, so makes sense as Keen is just dead. See you later. Owner going to scoop that one up here. Faker this time going to hit the charm. Not even his best Ari game, but you know, doesn't seem to matter.
I don't know. What do you do? This was such a good game from KWANGDONG.
Yeah. Well,
I was really impressed.
And then they realized Keria exists, I guess. I mean, that's essentially what it came down to. Just a really nice engage, and your Aphelios doesn't exist anymore. That's how the fight began and ended.
I ask you, how can you look this good on Tom Kench? It makes no sense.
Making it a pick once again. Should say he. As, yep, now with the Baron buff going away. T1 with the 2 inhibitors. Looks like they will back off of this one. They do have a wave in mid with the super minion. Will they go for a push? Faker on vision here, and he does spot that. So, I mean, the carry of this game right now is Keria. Like, it's not even the Jinx. I mean, he does have 4 items though, so probably will be doing some nice damage.
I think the damage will be fine.
Yeah, the damage is good, but yeah, gonna rely on some engages here from the side of your Tom Kench, of course. As yeah, I mean, there's no Baron anymore, but just putting on pressure here before the Elder Drake is T1. They can rotate over to it. There is a decent amount of vision for KWANGDONG FREECS in their own red buff jungle, but you got to get out of your base first to even really contest that objective.
And that's not happening, right? 2 inhibitors are down. T1 initially wanting to try and sync up those waves and maybe get themselves a 3rd inhibitor, but honestly, 2 inhibitors should still be enough to guarantee yourself a free, leisurely walk towards that Elder Dragon. And once that is picked up, T1 says, thank you for taking 4 Drakes, KWANGDONG. Really appreciate it. Now we're going to use the Elder and end the game. Because at this point, if Zeus just hits a Shock Blast and he does have Elder, that is probably the end of anyone on KWANGDONG's side. A lot of health being built here, but good luck, Teddy.
Oh boy.
Got to do the damage of 5 members effectively here.
It's a good spot for Hoy to be to get that ward over the wall, but you can see the damage already onto this Elder. It is so low, and it is T1. Flash on in into the Q, immediate devour, and Teddy is just gone. Owner gonna take his life down. The Guardian Angel does come in, but Teddy immediately dies again. And Owner will just revive. There's no damage onto him. As now T1 with the teleport on in, we do have Faker going on, and he gets a kill, but he will have to pay for it with his life. Not gonna matter in the end. May finally give some kills over to Gumayusi as he finally gets excited in this game. And that's gonna do it, guys. Full ace going the way of T1 as they will take down yet another game.
Owner's like, I want a POG2! Come on, give me the votes, give me the points! And he played incredibly, but honestly, this T1 is looking so versatile. It is incredible, right? Like, there's a couple of moments here where